Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and on today's video, manifestation has nothing to do with anything. What does that mean? It means manifestation doesn't come from anything other than your own knowing of who and what you say you are, what you believe to be true of yourself. Also, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below or send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. And now for today's video, awareness and the nature of doing. Awareness comes before doing or not doing. You couldn't be aware of something to do or not do because you have to be aware of it first. Even if it's very almost immediate that you don't even notice. You see, if it doesn't matter what you do or don't do, and both doing and not doing require awareness of being able to do it or not do it, then awareness is what determines everything, completely and utterly. You could not do something without the awareness of being able to do it, because it wouldn't even occur to you. Think about that very, very quickly, right? What can you do if you are unable to literally think about doing that? It never came up. It just never occurred to you as a thought. You couldn't will it forth. You just couldn't do it. You wouldn't be able to. You say no, but someone tells you no. I'm talking about in a literal sense. If the awareness of an idea never came to you as awareness, you couldn't do it. You can't act on something that's not in awareness. You can't. The illusion of doing or not doing is illusion. It's coming from awareness. The only things that show up to do or not do are literally what you are allowing yourself to be or not be. Now, I was thinking about this teaching and I came up with this tennis ball example. It's quite funny. Let's say a tennis ball fell under your bed, right? While you're playing with it in the middle of the night, so for whatever reason you thought it was quite funny, and then you throw it, and then the next morning you completely forgot about it. There's a tennis ball under your bed and you absolutely, hypothetically, completely forgot about that tennis ball. Awareness knows the ball is there. You just don't ever consciously allow that thought to pop in. You will never take it out from under the bed. It'll just remain there forever, barring cleaning and all of those things. This has an idea. You will never be aware of not taking it out, seeing it there and leaving it. You will never be aware of taking it out, seeing it there and taking it, because it's just not part of your conscious awareness. It's effectively, literally not there for you. Not because it doesn't exist physically, or it stopped existing. It's because it's filtered out of what I am allowing myself to experience, what you are allowing yourself to experience, what you are choosing to now experience yourself as. Those things literally do not exist in your awareness, your conscious awareness, not as awareness. When you decide I want to play with that ball, suddenly I remember there's one under my bed, or you will be drawn to something or other, bringing your attention to, hey, there's a tennis ball under me. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Then it exists there and there. You basically now in the timeline where you have a tennis ball, where you've always had that tennis ball. Reality just rearranged itself in the moment of now for your experiencing of having said ball. There's the doing, the taking it out, there's not doing, leaving it there. Those options appear because awareness has shifted to include them. Now, awareness doesn't have to return to something directly, consciously, because sometimes you try to remember something and you can't quite imagine how something would be. We can take NevilleGoddard in Barbados here. Does Neville know exactly what the sand is like? No. Does Neville know what the waves are like? No. Does Neville know what it's like to be on a boat that he's never been on? No. None of that. Consciously, no. But as source, he knows as source, that version of him on the boat exists. He need only imagine it in the acceptance that this idea is true. Walking on the sand. He doesn't know what every grain of sand looks like, but he knows as source, it is every grain of sand. that he is walking on. You need only accept that as true for him, that this is who I am now, this is true because I desire it, it must already be mine. I'm experiencing it as the desire, knowing that it is mine, saying this is who I am, this is what I have decided my reality experience is. And that's what unfolds. It just unfolds through whatever relevant state you are being in. So I couldn't actually remember this George Clooney movie. It was driving me nuts for a second. It's some sort of spy movie. I can't remember why I even thought about it, but I just couldn't remember the exact movie. But I knew everything about it. I knew everything about the movie, and I could see a version of it. So my awareness was already being it, even though consciously I didn't know what it was. And I knew this feeling of what I was trying to recall as the name, but it just kind of just like came and went, right? For a very brief moment. And then later I clicked on something completely removed from that, and I heard the name, and it was Syria. I was like, oh, that's what the name of the movie was, Syriana or something like that, which I think is a name of a Syrian woman. And awareness didn't go searching for the movie. It simply unfolded what was already there for my relevance. And then, as just fun, I started doing a little dance in another movie, and I remember it was Brad Pitt doing this dance that he was doing, and I can't remember what movie it was. And then as I looked for Syriana, that came up, which is Burn After Reading. Again, I don't need to know the names of these things. I don't need to know. I don't need to know. You don't need to know everything exactly, because that's not the point. You know that I am source, I am awareness. You know that. You know, as source, I am awareness, I am everything. So this version of myself on this boat, that's real. This version of myself walking in the sand, that is real. This version of myself in Barbados visiting family, friends, and just having a holiday, that's real. That's who and what I say I am, as an example. So the only action that truly matters is inner action, because inner action determines what you can even be aware of doing or not doing. You couldn't do something without the awareness of being able to do it. You could not do something without the awareness of being able to not do it. But what we do is we make doing something always pointing in the direction of what we are wanting to experience and desire, thereby limiting our own actions from what we want to do, thinking that what I want to do may not lead in that direction, but you don't know that. And then we say not doing something limits, keeps us unlimited, because we're being more open to reality coming to us in another way by not doing this. It doesn't mean do something you don't want to do either. It doesn't mean do something you don't want to be doing. It's only recognition that no matter what you do or what you don't do, it's already here. It means nothing. No two things manifest from each other. It's only ever you. If you focus only on what to do or not to do, that's just awareness looping on action itself. Think about it now. Think, what random thing can I do? Your consciousness just starts to fly through a whole lot of inordinate things that you can do around the house. Pointless. They do nothing. They're just shifting furniture around, as Abraham Hicks says. I think it's Abraham Hicks. But when you shift who you are being, when your awareness aligns with being that, the outer doing happens naturally. It has to. He's going to ask again, but how do I know which one to do? It doesn't matter. You couldn't be aware of wanting to do this were you another identity that doesn't. So it doesn't matter. The things you do don't matter. It's just another experience of reality. Doing and not doing both arise from being something. And remember, the only true not doing is things you are not even aware of to do or not do. Those things you are not doing. That's truly what you're not doing. Any action in the 3D world, whether it's action to not do something or action to do something, is still action. The true not action is things you're not aware of at all, not doing. That's what not doing is. Awareness filters infinite options and delivers only what's relevant to who you are now. Reality unfolds through that. And that's really my expression of doing and not doing. You literally couldn't do it and not do it. Yes, some things are natural. Some things have a natural unfolding of linear logical expression. You have to put a movie on and press play to be watching the movie, in that sense, right? But no one's denying that. I'm saying you are already watching the movie. No matter what you do, you will end up watching said movie. Even that, you could just randomly be somewhere in the movie can be playing, which has happened, and I found that quite interesting. Anyway, I am your host Reese. This is Reality with Reese. Thank you all for being here. Much love and much light. If you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section or send me an email anytime. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, being here, joining, notification belling, join the membership page as well. Thank you for the people who have joined and watched that other video on the membership channel. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. Love and light, and I will see you all in the next one.